Good afternoon. The time is 3:02 on Tuesday, December 17th, 2024. I'd like to call to order the December meeting of the Norwalk Board of Fire Commissioners. So that first item on the agenda is acceptance of the minutes of the regular meeting on Tuesday, November 19th. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Commissioner Destruge. Are there any corrections, deletions, or omissions?
I have what might be corrections on page 3 of 5. The first paragraph, last line, 6,871 space incidents. You can see I'm a geek. On the second item, fire alarms A, it was reported that the update on the, I'm sorry, the report on that was that we are expecting a 21-month delivery, and I thought that it would be important for the minutes to reflect that. I don't see that part of the conversation included. And also on item number 2 for fire apparatus, that we were expecting an end of the year delivery. I don't see that on the minutes. Going down, item number 7, I think it should read acting fire marshal's report, since we changed the title at the beginning of the page, and I think that's all.
Okay. So noted. Any further corrections or deletions? Omissions?
No.
Seeing none, all in favor of the minutes as corrected?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is there are no action items, so the fire chief's report. Chief Gatto.
Good afternoon, Mayor and Commissioners.
Good.
We are 5 months out of the year or in the year. And if you look at the salary expenses and overtime expenses, the available balance, both accounts are still pretty hefty balances. And I think that we should be should have enough in there to last us through the year, but we're keeping our fingers crossed. We should be at 41.66%. And we are in the larger firefighting account. For salary, we're at 36%, and the overtime is 38%. And the overall budget is at 38.8%. So we're under the 41%. And I think I don't see anything that jumps out as a red flag.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, that's to the end of November. So that's why it's 41%.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. 5 months.
Right. Okay. Any comments or questions by the commission?
No, great to be under in the black, and so thank you for all your hard work. I know it takes a lot of managing efforts to keep us within budget, so thank you all.
You're welcome.
I second that motion. Okay. Next item on the agenda is the Assistant Fire Chief of Administration, Assistant Chief. Where I don't know.
Mr. Mayor.
Where I don't see.
I'm here.
Oh, there he.
Yep.
No. Okay, there he is. Assistant Chief Conti. Okay.
Good afternoon, Mr. Mayor, Commissioners.
Good afternoon.
Just update on ongoing projects. Station 1, the apparatus floor, we have design in place. We're basically just we're waiting until Station 3 is going to be done. We're organizing everything for presentation, so that is moving forward. But we definitely don't want to be disrupting 2 firehouses at once. I think that was just a decision that we all made together. I think it would be better. Station 3, the apparatus floor, we actually poured the floor last week. It does have a curing process that we have to go through. The for normal concrete curing, which is 28 days. And in that time, we're just going to continue to do some needed renovations while we don't have anybody in the building. But the pour went well, and we are moving forward with Station 3. The Station 4, we do have cost analysis that has been completed, and we will be submitting. We're just finalizing all of our submittals for the Station 4 renovation. And overhead door replacement, we have doors that are on order right now. Unfortunately, we found out that, like a lot of things, there has been a back order, so it's going to be a few months, but it's right now all of our doors are operational. So it's just more of an inconvenience because we really wanted those doors as soon as possible. For our record management software, for the upgrade, we are going to be live on January 1st using the software. We've been through the training the whole department's been through the training the last couple weeks. We are continuing to add, equipment, data, and checks into that software. It seems to be that it's going to be a very good software. It's very robust. So this is going to be a work in progress as we go, but I definitely got some good feedback from all the members, and I think this is going to work out well for us. Any questions?
No, it's a good thing the doors are operational. We wouldn't want them not to be able to get out of the.
I know. I found that out, and I was like, really, another delay in the supply chain. But everything is working, and I've spoken to Hartford Overhead, and they're going to they're going to make sure that everything's operational in the meantime, and we're moving smoothly. So.
And just when you get the final breakdown on Station 4, if you could forward that to me as well, and
Yes, sir.
the Chief of Staff, Tom Livingston, as well.
Yes, sir.
Any
do.
other comments or questions?
Nope. Thank you.
Okay. Now brings us to Assistant Chief McCabe.
Good afternoon, Mayor, Commissioners. I will begin the operations report with the calls for November. We had 652 incidents, averaging just over 21 per day. We had 25 fires, including 2 building fires, 40 rescues, 31 of those being motor vehicle accidents. We responded to 339 emergency medical calls, 27 hazardous conditions, 32 service calls, 126 fire alarms, and 63 good intent. So from January through the end of November for 2024, our totals are 7,498 incidents and 11,949 total responses. Looking at the operations report under item A, fire apparatus. The final build inspection of the highway blocking attenuator truck will be tomorrow. Myself and the master mechanic will be going up to Gallons Night in Watertown to check that build and take delivery of that truck shortly. If all goes well, we'll have it back in Norwalk and should have it in service and responding to calls by January 1st. That's our target date. Item
Nice.
2, we took delivery of our new scene support vehicle today. It will then go up to Gallons Night in the near future and be upfitted with light siren, SCBA bottle compressor, and what it will need to respond to emergencies. So we'll be receiving one soon and sending one up to get upfitted in the near future. Under item B, operational projects. Focus this month has been preparing to go live with the highway blocking truck and the tanker task force that we spoke about last month. For the highway blocker, the SOPs are complete and soon to be released, and we will begin at that point training personnel and familiarizing them with the new blocking truck, and then going over procedures for deploying it. For the tanker task force, we have equipment on order, and we're finalizing agreements with neighboring towns. Once those steps are complete, we'll begin department training. And under item C, notable incidents. Since our last commission meeting, fire duty has been very active with the following working fires. December 1st, 1:28 a.m., structure fire, 57 North Bridge Street. Also on December 1st at 6:16 a.m., structure fire, 20 Drum Road in Rowayton. December 4th, 5:42 PM, structure fire with 2 rescues on 15 Four Bell Drive. December 6th, 10:55 PM, boat fire, vessel docked at the South Norwalk Boat Club at 17 Mack Street. December 8th at 2:32 AM, a porch fire with extension to the siding at 10 Center Avenue. December 11th, 7:57 PM, structure fire 20 Highland Avenue in Rowayton. And last night, December 16th at 7:21 PM, structure fire at 238 Silvermine Avenue. So in total, since November 1st, the fire department has responded to 9 working fires, 7 in the city and 2 automatic aid to Rowayton. And this concludes the operations report. I'm happy to take any questions.
So the notable incidents covers November and December?
Yes, well, I
Okay.
covered the notable ones since our last commission meeting, because there's been quite a
Okay.
few fires. But in total, there's been 9 since November 1st, which is a busy cluster for us.
Okay. Any questions from the commission?
Yes, I have a question relevant to that attenuator truck we're talking about.
Yes,
I just happened to be doing something online and noticed where during weather conditions where it was icy, a semi-trailer truck, if you've probably already seen all that, it really took out
Yeah.
part of a fire truck. And I guess my big question is, in conditions like that, is it standard procedure for the law enforcement personnel to slow that traffic down to some degree so we don't have a similar type of thing happening with us or to us?
yes, and certainly once state PD is on scene, they do assist in getting the traffic slowed down before traffic reaches the accident scene. But in conditions like icy weather, when the snow is covering the highway, our procedure will be leave more of a buffer zone between the attenuator and the actual accident scene, so that if something does slide into the attenuator and there's forward roll or there's forward skid, you won't have a chain reaction with the responders that are operating on scene. But it's a good point.
Perfect. Is there a standard alert system, such as a siren going off or yelling and screaming and hollering?
Besides
like that
besides the lights, the emergency lights, which will be on the attenuator, and the caution striping, there is also an arrow indication sign. So there'll be a sign up, up high where the drivers that are coming towards the accident can see it, and it'll have a arrow pointing in the direction that we want the traffic to move in to move over. So there'll be a couple of different warning systems there.
I was basically thinking about some method by which to notify the firefighters on the scene that the potential existed for a vehicle to be out of control. Some kind of a.
Besides having the drivers, kind of be lookouts, which is what we do now, they have to maintain situational awareness for the crews that are operating. We don't have anything as far as a siren or anything like that would go off, but it's their job basically to keep an eye on traffic and to make sure that nothing's approaching that's going to be of any danger.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any further comments or questions? I think, okay. I mentioned yesterday at cabinet meeting to Chief Gatto, I know there's been some systemic changes, if you will, relative to the Rowayton area. And we want to sit down and take a look at that and find out what is the new arrangement, if there is a change, so that we can properly, as you probably know, in Rowayton, we take out all the fire information out of their property tax because we don't respond there. But it seems like there may be something going down that would change that a little bit. So we want to make sure that we cover that. So we'll have that discussion right after the first of the year.
That sounds good, Mayor. And we are responding since the middle of the year, automatic aid to Rowayton for any structure fires in that district. So that'll be part of that conversation.
Good, thank you. Any further comments or discussion? Okay, Fire Marshal's report. Fire Marshal McDonald.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Mr. Mayor, Commissioners, season's greetings. So unfortunately, the numbers for the month of November were down, except for fires, as Chief McCabe had mentioned. So the numbers of inspections, we went from 185 in October to 152. The notifications went from 27 to 5. We did have 13 public education events in October, and that was down to 5 last month, but October was fire prevention month. That's why we had so many that month. Plan reviews, we went down from 40 to 25. And the dollar figure was down to 2,400 in plan reviews. The liquor licenses, we had 2, and that was down from 1. Total dollar amount income for the fire marshal's office was down from 2,665 down to 2,530. Regarding the fires, those fire investigations or fire marshal office callouts that we had, those were up, unfortunately. We actually doubled the number of calls from the month of October to November. So we had 9 fire investigations, and that was up 1 from 8 in October. Code issues and hazards, that was up from 0 up to 7. So that really doubled the overall number of fire marshal requests last month, where we went from 8 to 16. We continue the mega multi inspections with 2 different locations, a total of 114 apartment inspections at just those 2 facilities. I'll be happy to take any questions.
Commissioners?
No questions. Thank you so much for your work.
Thank you so much.
Okey doke. That brings us to emergency management. Mr. Luca.
Hi, good afternoon. Just a couple quick updates. Winter is here, obviously. So I've been working with Michelle Woods Matthews and IT on the employee notification process. Just as reminders of that, we did make sure that an email went out to employees reminding them to sign up for updates in case of cancellations or delayed openings. And that's really part of our annual routine for winter preparedness. We will do a Zoom for the full emergency management team at some point. Again, focused on winter safety, just that reminder about warming centers, normal operations for snow emergencies. And the snow center on the city's website is up and running and ready for a snowstorm. So we do keep that updated throughout the winter months, just as a one-stop shop for residents to find out what's open, closed, delayed, get some safety information, and then get some resources if needed as well. I did get out some cups and safety books for really all ages, but geared for kids. Working with the library, Parks and Rec, and a couple others to encourage, again, preparedness throughout the winter. And I'll keep working with them on those ongoing messaging. And then about 2 weeks ago, right before I went on vacation, we did get a large donation of stuffed animals from PetSmart. So working with Le Mans distribution list as part of community services, we were able to get probably the initial easily about 600 stuffies distributed within about probably 2 or 3 days. And then some additional ones came in, like another 5 bags, and those also went to good homes. So again, working with agencies, those relationships that we really have been building over the years, always come in handy. And we had a very quick and immediate response. And again, we know that there's a lot of need around the holidays for families that are facing some financial challenges. So again, they were well received, and we will thank PetSmart as well. Again, probably after the holidays. And that's it.
Okay, thank you. Very good. Commissioners? Questions,
No
comments?
question. Thank you for Michelle.
Michelle,
Yep.
We appreciated the stuffed animals. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
do you want to talk about your webinar tomorrow? I mean, your seminar tomorrow?
Yeah, so tomorrow, as part of the regional activities for Mass Care Human Services, we're doing a conference for the 14 towns focused on collaboration and partnerships. So as of now, and the numbers keep changing every 5 minutes, I think we're up to about 250 people attending. So it'll be a series of 4 panels throughout the day. Some great representation from FEMA, DHS, the state agencies, and partners. I want to say we have about 40 people from Norwalk. So again, some city employees, but then a lot of our partners will be attending as well. So if I
Good.
survive, I think we'll have some great connections. And again, we do want to do some follow-up. We're going to have a survey that will go out to everybody. Again, really looking at how they want to, or how they might be interested in helping with disaster response recovery. Because again, we know that our partners really have connections that we may not as local government. So again, we may not always be trusted. But again, a lot of the houses of worship, different community groups have those relationships that are invaluable during emergencies. And that's it.
Thank you. Sounds like it's going to be interesting and well attended.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Okay, that will bring us to the training division report. Deputy Chief Capola.
Good afternoon, Mayor. Good afternoon, Commissioners.
Good afternoon.
Few highlights for this period of time from the training division. We just finished a round of training everybody on the new software, the first new software integration with that coming in the new year. We're going to be starting to use that. So we've been training everybody on how to use that program. Assistant Chief Conti assisted me with that. We spent some time earlier in the month and the late November doing some rescue operations with our high pressure airbag system at the drill tower, lifting various equipment that we have over there. We have ongoing, I know it's usually something that's on my report a lot, but it is done a lot. We're doing a lot of vehicle operation training with the 2 trucks, truck 1 and truck 2. We're trying to bring some of our newer drivers up to speed on becoming, proficient in both the front and the back of the tiller. It's really important for getting ready for the spring and summer when a lot of people take time off. We have to have extra drivers for those vehicles, and those are specialty vehicles. So there's a lot of training involved in that. We had to kind of hold off on some of the engine company operations due to the fact that we had the drought. And also right after the drought, it became cold. So we don't want to make ice anywhere. So we kind of put that on hold, but we're focusing on the other things that we can do and some stuff that we could do inside as well. Some of the completed things that we've done, we've completed our annual bailout emergency self-evacuation procedure for all members across all 4 shifts in the training mezzanine. We've been doing a lot of work with rapid intervention, team training, zero visibility, obscured face pieces, making the connections to help assist rescue a downed firefighter in the event they need it. I just completed Friday a class called Leadership Under Fire. It's a initiative that was brought forth by the Fire Department in New York as part of their mental performance initiative. It was the exact title of it was, I have it here, it's long, Optimizing Human Performance Under Pressure at Fire and Emergencies. It was 1 week long. It was delivered by a ex Naval Academy graduate who's actually a fire officer in FDNY. With a bunch of the team of people. It was excellent class. Also, I was just made aware at the end of the week last week that they opened up another spot for one of our members to attend, and I think I may have one of the captains expressed an interest in attending the class next week, which is in January. They're doing a second version or second round of it. That was great. And I really appreciate the opportunity to be able to go to that. We completed emergency vehicle operator course at Vets Park. We did all drivers citywide. Not only the lead drivers, but also all the backup drivers. And we ran everyone through the course that we set up at Vets Park. It's challenging, and it really it got a lot of positive feedback from the members. Just to get be able to maneuver vehicles around. We use cones, but we simulate obstacles, so that worked out very well. And we had great weather cooperation with that. Upcoming scheduled training activities. Most of the stuff's going to probably happen around beginning of the new year. We're actually this week we're doing our wellness program annual classroom education series, where our wellness coordinator gives a briefing on where we're at with that to all the members, and outlines some goals for the coming year on our wellness and injury prevention program. We're going to be starting in January our annual EMT EMR refresher course, which is 5 sessions, 5 days per shift. That's all set and ready to go and scheduled, with the instructors all locked in to teach that. And also, in addition to that, the CPR recertification course runs concurrently with that, so that's going to be going on at the same time, with mostly the same members. The way that the EMS cards and the CPR cards line up, that works out very well. We're going to be doing the planning phase for the deputy chief promotional test, which will be held in early spring of 2025. And finally, the captain promotion test is scheduled to take place on January 9th here in our EOC, with the oral component of the exam being on the 16th and 17th of January. And all of that is all set to go. So that's my report for the month of December, and I welcome any questions at all.
Commissioners?
Excellent report as always, very detailed. As the mayor always says, we have the best trained department in the nation. Well done. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Commissioner. Let me just, if I could just make a quick point. I've been attending these, as Assistant Chief McCabe mentioned, the level of fire duty that we've been going through lately has been pretty excessive. And I've been noticing, our members are performing their skills exceptionally well. Last night was a perfect example. We had a fire tear through a house on Silvermine Avenue, and there was extreme heat conditions. All members performed exceptionally. There was ladders put up around the house. Hose lines were stretched quickly, and response time was phenomenal as usual. So it's a pleasure to see that as a training officer, seeing all the work that's being done pay off. So, and it is. So you could be confident in that.
Yeah, I was reading the press release on that. The amount of time was great. Commissioner Pasquine?
Yeah, I'm just surprised by like the sheer volume of structure fires you're reporting on that you've had to deal with. It sounds like a lot. Is there any sort of procedure to, I don't even know what the question is. Like, why are there so many fires happening right now? That's the question.
That's a good question. I mean, wintertime always kicks up the amount of fire duty. People are using extra, supplemental heating appliances, things like that, fireplaces. Wintertime always tends to bring, for every department around the country, tends to bring busier time. Just because like that, using the heating stuff and using fireplaces and things like that. So I know that the fire marshals do a great job on fire prevention. So that's being done, but it's just kind of an anomaly. We do run through periods of time where we're extremely busy, and we also run through periods of time where everything is kind of quiet. So just the way the cycle goes, I guess, in the fire service.
Okay. Thank you.
Good point, Joe. Good point, Chief.
Thank you.
Any other comments or questions? Well, that brings us to the end of the agenda. Before we adjourn, I'd like to wish Commissioner Rabbi Pasquine a very happy Hanukkah. Starts the same day as Christmas this year.
Yes.
And I'd like to wish you all a very Merry Christmas and everybody a healthy, happy, and prosperous 2025. We'll see you then. We'll get it all started again.
Same to you
right.
all.
Thank you very
much.
much.
Mayor.
Same to you.
Very much.
Have a wonderful Christmas, everyone.
Thank
you
you.
for all of
All
your
right.
hard work.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, and a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We are adjourned at 3:32. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.